Can we talk a bit about? I want to know about your joke from 2011. I know we're throwing the years back here. Yeah, the Edinburgh Fringe. You won best joke of the Fringe, right? Do you remember? Remember what your joke?
Was it 2011? Was it?
Was it? Have I got that wrong?
Yeah, no, it was 2011. Yeah, you're right.
Do you remember your joke?
Yeah.
Tell us.
I needed a password 8 characters long, so I picked Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs.
That's good, no? It seems like you're...
It is really good. I'd say...
Was it performed exactly like that?
No, it was... I needed a password 8 characters long, so I picked Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. You're welcome. You know, like that. Do you see my mic technique?
Yeah, that was good. Very good.
Thank you very much.
Very good.
The thing about the Dave Best joke is, it's not a competition that you enter.
Yeah.
Right? So they come along and they watch all the shows, and then what they do is they pick a joke from your show, if it's good, and they put it in this long list, and then someone votes on it. I don't know if it's I don't know anything about it. I don't know if it's a public vote or
You've won the award. You don't know.
Well, no, because you don't enter it. And then one day you're in the middle of the festival. I was nominated that year, so I had big stuff going on.
Yeah.
Right. And one day someone just picks you out and say, "Oh, great news! You won Dave's Best Joke." And you're like, "Well, which joke?" And they say it's that joke, and you go, "Really?" And then they give you a prize, and then
what's the prize? Little trophy.
You get I think it was different every year. It was Dave when I did it, but it's not Dave anymore. But you get like a plastic trophy and £1,000. But my dad wrote an email to me with that kind of joke in it, and then I edited the email and said that's how you'd do it as a one-liner. And then I had like 60, 70 one-liners, and I would go through them.
Your dad wrote this to you?
With me, yeah.
So your dad writes your comedy with you?
No.
What have I misunderstood here?
He wrote me an email with this silly joke in it.
But he come up with this joke?
With the concept, yeah. And then I edited it, and I was like this, right?
Right.
And then I had 59 other one-liners, right? And that. And with every preview, I'd do them. And then the ones that never got a laugh, I'd get rid of, right? So I didn't even pick it, right? And then I only need 5 or 6 jokes for the show, right? So I'd get rid of like swathes of jokes for each one. And that was the one that kept me, and I was just like, can't still be in the fucking lineup, can it? And then you do it, and then Dave say, that's the joke. And he's just like, well, my dad wrote that, you know? But they didn't ask. I didn't submit it. So my dad got the trophy and I got the £1,000, the 1K, I should say. But that's the callback. And I spent the money on a laptop, and it was really useful at the time. But yeah, it's like you don't enter it. I think it's bonkers, and people take it really seriously. You know, when we won, I told them at the time. You know, I said, well, my dad wrote it as an email, and then I edited it and I sent it back, and then that was it. And then it made the show because of all this. And then you get people when you win it, and it's in all like the Telegraph and all of those, you know. When you win the awards, you get people, strangers, like emailing you going, I got one that was just like, I don't believe you. No, what was it? They said, I entered an egg and spoon race once and I cheated. Or I won an egg and spoon race once and I kept my thumb on the spoon. I wonder how you're feeling right about now. And you're like, I didn't enter.
Yeah.
They didn't ask me permission. And if anything, I can't use that joke again because it's been all in all of the newspapers.
Yeah, right.
And it's like it's been in the sun. It's been everywhere. And you go on stage and you do your joke. You wheel your joke out. You know, here's the freak show. And and everyone's heard it. And you're kind of like, right, well, I get £1,000, but I can't use that joke ever again. Yeah. And then every time for like, when was it? 2011. So for the next 14 years and for the rest of my life, it'll be like top of the things. And then you talk about it on podcast.
Yeah, well,
although it has been a while.
Yeah, okay.
I did Toby Tarrant's show at the beginning of the year and he mentioned it, but apart from that, people don't care about it.
Would you argue that it's better to not win it?
I just think it doesn't fucking matter. I've got the trophy at home now. My dad didn't want it.
He wanted that grand.
He
was absolutely gutted that he had a holiday with his eye on it, but it was shaped like an elephant. I guess that's why I'd fight it. But another callback. And I'm keeping the tabs, don't worry, guys. I imagine there'll be like a tally at the front of the screen. That's how I would do it. And I mean, like, you just basically, I guess it matters to some people. And I'm really like, oh, yeah, great. It was that was a really big year for me.
I think it's cool because like all the comedians are up there, so it's kind of like a bit of a dick swinging contest, and you've won it. Like you're not doing.
Your dad's won it.
You're going to be funnier than us on a pod right now. You're a fucking comedian, but when you go up to Edinburgh Fringe, you're rubbing shoulders with all the comedians. So to come away with that accolade, it's kind of like a fuck yeah.
Yeah, but I don't really enjoy that aspect of it. So what? Honestly, I try not to. There's no other comedians that are really like me.
Right.
So I'm my own thing.
Okay.
And I've always wanted to be my own little island.
Yeah.
And when I was doing, so the way you do it, the way you do stand up is you do 5 minutes, and then you do 10 minutes, and then I did Russell Howard's Good News, and that made me a headliner, right?
Right.
But for a long time, you start off, you do 20 minutes in the middle, and then you graduate to doing 20 minutes in the opening. So you start with your weakest in the middle, then your least experienced in the middle, then your second most, and then your headliner.
Yeah.
Right? And so Russell Howard's Good News made me a headliner, but my show, my 20 minutes before that, was a variety show in one go. And it was like they'd have to put an interval after me because you couldn't follow me, right? So I'd start off with some one-liners, I'd do a song, I'd do some material, I'd do another song, do some more material, I'd have a breakdown on stage, and by the end, and so it was like, it had its own narrative, it was self-contained, it didn't really matter what anyone else was doing around it. And, people wrote about it. They said it was one of the best 20s in the country, and I was really proud of it. Then I did it on Russell Howard's Good News, and you kind of burn that material, and it's like, you got to rethink.
What, do you burn it in the same way that your joke? It's see a lot of eyes.
Russell Howard in another way, because that was it's your whole set.
Yeah, right.
And it's online.
Yeah.
And if people are kind of like looking you up to come and see you, it's there.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd been going for about 3 or 4 years at that point. And so my turnover of material was a lot more. But having all those fiddly bits, all those different elements was you'd have to rewrite everything and write new stuff. So that was very difficult. But in terms of competing, I can't be bothered. It's like, I'm doing my own thing, and that's fine. And I'm going on my own tour, and that's fine. And I have my own fans, and that's fine. Obviously, I want to grow fans. I want to build fans. But it really doesn't help me personally. And some people thrive off competition. But I just feel like I'm not competitive. I am competitive. And you do feel jealous of other people, and you do feel like envy and all that. I hate that. I hate that feeling.
Oh, we thrive off it.
Do you really?
Yeah, we look at the podcast charts. We want to fucking tear the other ones down.